We've heard about mansion taxes, and with that last question on the use of the Travis Perkins building, we touched briefly on affordable housing. I'd like to know what each of the parties mean by affordable housing in the context of the local area.
Okay, Bill, hand up like a rocket there.
Well, just very briefly, as you may or may not know, according to Boris Johnson, affordable housing is housing which can be let at 80% of the private market. That, to Camden, certainly to me, is absurd and should be changed immediately. Needless to say, Boris Johnson will not do that. Camden is in the process of trying to find a way round that dictation from Johnson, because it makes no sense in a place like Camden. We all know what market rents are. To take 80% of that and then say that's affordable is patently absurd. And therefore, I hope all of the people in this room who care about poor people and people who are in housing need will join with us in campaigning against that policy, because it is disgraceful.
I have been on Camden's Development Control Planning Committee for a large number of years, and some years ago we decided on the planning committee, cross-party, that we wanted to aim for 50%, quote, affordable housing in any new development. In the days when we decided we were going to go for this, affordable housing meant something rather different. It actually meant housing which was a social rent that people could afford. It has since slipped upwards to shared ownership and a whole pile of other stuff. One of the problems is that successive governments refused to allow councils to build any more council housing. Therefore, a very corrupt system grew up over housing associations building housing, and they were supposed to have a social housing rent level, but it was considerably higher than the councils. And we still cannot actually borrow enough money to build housing to house all the people that we need to in the borough. So, our planners, and I'm afraid this is probably the same with most inner London boroughs, fall backwards every time there is a new development, and instead of 50% housing, we don't get 25, we're very lucky if we get 10. On the Little Road proposed development by Labour, there will be 2 affordable units, and everything else, and therefore people, sheltered housing or people with disability apparently, everything else will be a private development flat sold to a foreign buyer. Every single one. They will buy them and then they will rent them out at exorbitant rents on the private market. This is wrong, wrong, wrong. And it has to be stopped. And we have to stop in Camden falling over ourselves every time a developer mentions viability. We get deferred payments, or we'll do it later. If the price goes up, we'll pay you a bit more. We're not having it on site though, we'll put it somewhere else. And it's 6 units, 10 units, something derisory. And Camden isn't helping. When they say they'll build 60,000 homes, was it 60,000? 6,000. Well, it's all pie in the sky anyway, because they aren't going to build 6,000. Some developer is going to build 6,000.
I'm not sure that's the question. I'm very confident we are very tight on time. I'm going to let Conservatives answer this question, and I think I'm going to stop. And I've got one final question for everyone, and then we have to leave sort of on time. So I'm sorry if this is wrapping up quickly. We'd love to have stayed longer. Quick answer, please, Andrew.
I will try to be very, very quick. I'd just like to point out to Phil Tennant that Boris will have built by 2015 55,000 affordable homes over London. I do agree with clickbait. Well, those are the facts. And the thing is, I do agree with Councillor Ray on the point with Little Road. If Camden Labour is serious about affordable housing, they would not be pushing through this scheme in Little Road, which has next to no affordable housing whatsoever, and they are funding it through luxury housing.
Okay. It's going to be one sentence.
Right, so very simple. I may need more English lessons, but affordable to me means something that people can pay. And to say that affordable is 80% of the value of a home in the market, that to me doesn't say whether people can pay or not. At the moment, for example, rents is 66% of the average income in Camden is £1,700, £1,700. And the same with the value if you want to buy a home, because it is 15 times the average income. That to me is not affordable. Affordable means that people can pay for it.